Well, several 2020 Democratic candidates are vying for voters through a popular radio show. It's called The Breakfast Club. The co-hosts get polished politicians to lay down their guard and then connect with the audience. My colleague Vladimir Duthiers spoke with the co-host, Charlamagne the God, about his interviews with the candidates and about his exchange with 2016 Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton.
When it comes to these presidential contenders for 2020, they're probably taking their cues on Hillary Clinton, who went on your show back in the day.
Absolutely.
And she had that moment where she said that she carries hot sauce with her. And you asked her a very important question. I think that got the play. Hillary Clinton's got hot sauce with her all the time. But then you said, are you pandering?
Yeah, I said this is going to be one of those times where people say you're pandering to black people.
Yeah.
And she said, is it working? Which I thought was a very honest moment.
Right.
You know? And we all laughed. And I don't think it worked, though, because she didn't win.
She didn't win.
I voted for her, you know, but
so she didn't win, and
technically the Russians stole it. Yeah,
she won the popular vote.
It was a little help, a little outside interference. You know what I mean?
According to our intelligence
according
agencies.
to our intelligence agencies,
right,
yeah.
Right. So now you've got this current crop of presidential contenders that are coming on to the show. You've got Kamala Harris. She comes on. She admits to smoking weed. You've got Cory Booker. He finally comes out and says, yeah, I got a boo, right? Is it that openness that you and your co-host provide to these buttoned up, policy-focused presidential candidates that allow them to sort of open up to you and share with you what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, one thing, I got to salute somebody like Angie Martinez, because I've always looked at Angie Martinez and I've always said, I want to make my guest as comfortable as Angie Martinez does. Or you watch her Oprah and you're like, I want to make my guest as comfortable as Oprah Winfrey does. And I think for so long, and probably still do, people be on edge when they come and they talk to us, at least to me. But I think that they know that we're not really a gotcha show. Right. We're not doing anything maliciously. Like, I'm just a very curious person. I like to just sit down and have conversations with people. And I think they know that. And I think they just respect the just kind of laid back coolness of the show. And one thing I realized with Hillary, and that's why if you go back and you watch that interview, I was asking her things like, when you get in the White House, are you going to pardon Bobby Smurda and Max B? Like silly stuff like that, only because there's not one question you can ask a politician where they don't have a talking point for.
Right.
They have talking points for everything. That's why if you interview a politician, you ask them something, they go into their talking point, and then ask them again. And the only thing they can do is give you a short answer, like yes or no.